welcome back to the channel. So today what I'm going to do is something that I think you'll all get something out of. Whether if you're a songwriter and you've been songwriting for many years, if you just started songwriting, what I'm going to show you today is it's kind of like a formula. I'm going to use the term formula because the formula can be used in different keys that we're going to do. So I'm going to show you a couple of chord progressions, quite common chord progressions that are really good to write vocal melodies. So what I'll do while we're doing it live, I'll just show you how easy it is to do a vocal melody over these chords, because the chords pretty much are the same chords all the way through. So vocally you only need to pick out maybe 3 notes to do a good harmony. So I'll try and do one off the spot, like a live one, like if I can do one like a freestyle.
Picture of New York, there's a picture of New York, there's a big fat crazy picture of New York. I'm just New York, freestyling, there's a picture of New York, freestyling. Sometimes when I freestyle, I lose confidence.
So what I'll do, I'll show you the first 2 formulas in the key of C, then I'm going to show you what transposing is, like transpose. You can either use a capo, or if you know the formula and how to transpose, it will make life easy going forward if you're songwriting. And also if you join a band and somebody says, oh, it's in the key of C, but you vocally prefer to sing in the key of G, you can then just work out the formula and then change the chords accordingly. I like that phrase. Anyway, so before we go any further, please just pop a like. Believe it or not, it means nothing to you, but doing a like, other people will then see my work. People will then start to subscribe. Once I get like a monetized platform, I can put more things back into the lessons. Keep watching because you will learn something today. Aight. So the first chord progression is in the key of C. Key of C is a great key to use if you're just starting with your songwriting. Reason being, if like you're struggling to pick out vocal melodies, if you go to a piano, all the white notes are in the key of C because there's no sharps or flats. So all the white notes are in the key of C, so whatever you push, you're not playing a wrong note, if that makes sense. So you'll be able to pick out vocal melodies by using keys maybe that you can't quite hear the vocal melody that you want, but you know it's there. So you use the piano to do the melody. So I'm going to show you, I've talked about this chord progression before. It's very common. 1, 5, 6, and then 4. What do I mean by that? So 1 is obviously the first note in the key, and then the 5th is obviously the 5th note in the key, 6th is the 6th note in the key, and then obviously the 4 is the 4th note in the key. Now putting those chords together, it makes it very easy to sing along to. So I'll just show you the chords. So there's your root, C, then your 5th is your G, then your 6th is your A minor, and then you can probably hear it already, your 4th is your F. So many songs use that chord progression. If you know a song that uses that chord progression, pop a comment and let's see how many of you know your songs. So that chord is very simple. Like, just to break it down a little bit more. So if I'm talking about 1, so we do the key of C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So obviously number 1 is C, number 2 is D, and then number 3 is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So there's your notes, obviously 1, 2, 3 to 8. So that's why I'm picking them out. So like I say, C is your number 1. Very common chord progression. Just to show you how easy it is to do vocal melodies, I'll just make one up on the spot, and believe me, I am making this up. So if it sounds flat, I'm only going to push stop and pretend I didn't do it. So here we go. So you can see vocally it's quite easy to sing along to. So that formula is used in different keys. So I'm going to show you another one, but then I'll show you what transposing means by moving that formula into a different key. So here's another one. So this is the other one that's quite a common chord progression. 1, 4, 6, and then G. So if I play it out to you. Again, quite easy. Whoa, 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 yeah, whoa. I'm gonna come. So you can see those two formulas make it quite easy to sing over. That's why they're common. So depending on your vocal range, I've done a video before. If you're not, check out my previous singing videos where I've shown you how to sing the notes of the scale, and then you can figure out what is your highest range. Like for me it's top A. So for example, if I do that A, that's my top A. So you may have a top G, you may have a top B, whatever it is. So if you think singing in the key of C is either too difficult or you're not pushing your vocal melody, then that's when you use this formula transposing skill. So now let's transpose. Now, 1 minute. Now, you could use a capo. How cool is this capo? So what you could do, you could use the capo. So your capo essentially, imagine that's your nut. That's what it's called, nut. So the capo essentially just moves the nut. So if I'm putting it here, the same chords, but obviously it's now. You could do that, but when you do certain chords, you notice this as you go along. If you play a C here, but then if you did a bar chord C, you can hear it's different. So what that usually is because of the shape of the chord, two different shapes, you may be accenting the third more than the fifth or vice versa. So you could use a capo, there's nothing wrong with using a capo, but you'll notice as you get further and further up, you get like cramped and you can't do too many things. I probably won't go past maybe, I don't know, the 7th fret on a capo because you get really tight together and it sounds a little bit naff. So what we're going to do, we're going to use a transpose skill. So what we did the key of C. So we did 1, 5, 6, 4. Very common. Now we're going to transpose that to the key of G. So if we do it in the key of G, 1, 5, which would be the D, and then 6, the E minor, and then that 4th is the C. You'll be able to hear it. Here we go. So those chords are exactly the same as the chords from the previous key, but obviously the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, the 4 full steps down. So vocally you may think to yourself, oh, my voice sounds better deeper, or you know your top end fits within that G. Like I said earlier, mine's top A, that's in the key of G, so yours could be the top G. So that's why you change the key, you see. No rhyming before I even know it. So they're the same formula. So like I say, if I just make up a vocal melody. So again, it's very, very easy to do vocal melodies. So that's the first one. Then we'll do the second one, where again, on the key of C, we did 1, 4, 6, G. So we're going to transpose that in the key of G by using the same formula. So 1, 4, 6, 5. So again, vocally. So that in the key of C was this. So you can see how transposing, knowing that skill helps. So if you know the formula, so if you say to your songwriting team or you guys you write with, right, so this song is number 1, 4 and 3, and then you get used to doing that, but then you take on a second guitarist and he goes, oh, I can't sing that high. Okay, let's use that formula in a different key. So that's it for today. If you need to know anything, let me know. I hope it wasn't too complicated for you. Learn how to remember formulas and have a little go at transposing. Now I've shown you how to transpose from C to G. Now maybe try it in the key of A. So using those formulas. So as always, stay foolish and rock and roll.
Wake up with you.